royal family should reinstate Prince Harry's military honours, and they should honour and respect whatever path they choose to take. And now, the qualification that I give behind my reasoning is that I'm a veteran, and as Prince Harry was, I served in Afghanistan on the ground, did 2 tours, just the same as Prince Harry. And actually, one of the tours that he was on overlapped with one of mine.
Really? Now,
anyone that served will tell you that the Iraq and Afghan conflict, no matter your political view, it was horrendous. Yes. The toll on your mental health, the toll on those who didn't come back, the families, life and limb. Now, Prince Harry, let's not forget, he did two of those tours. So I believe he's paid his debt to his country. And if you look all throughout history, the physical security of a nation and its citizens have been guaranteed by young men and women who have been willing to go put their lives at risk and pay the ultimate price, which he has done. So before anything else, I do urge people to never forget that and to remember that.
Are you surprised by how easily and how quickly that has been overlooked?
Anabsolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I am now. Thanks to you, I'm flipping reeling. You're absolutely on it.
I lost, another similarity I have with Prince Harry is that I lost my mum at a young age, so I understand what it feels like. And the statements that they're kind of blaming this on Prince Harry not taking it well, not taking his mother's loss, I think that's a real slap in the face to a man who served on the ground. He was a platoon commander. He led men in action, men and women. So on his first tour, and then on his second tour, he was an Apache pilot. So the thought that everyone blaming Meghan and saying that a man who has done such incredible things under the intensity of combat cannot make his own decisions is ludicrous.
Can I ask you a tricky question? And if you don't have an answer to it, then don't be embarrassed to say so. Because I think a lot of us with no military service, which is of course almost all of us, and then when you expand that to include people who didn't do a tour in Afghanistan or Iraq, it's almost everybody. How insulated was he by dint of his status from some of the dangers and realities that you, for example, would have been exposed to?
I can't.
Fair play.
To be honest, I can't speak. I can't give you an accurate answer because I didn't. It was a very well kept. His safety was guaranteed, but he was not insulated. I don't believe he was insulated.
Well, I mean, an IED or a missile attack upon a military base in Afghanistan is not going to be able to work out who's a member of the royal family and who isn't, is it?
Absolutely. So, in my view, I'd say no, he wasn't shielded. He was on the ground patrolling. Yeah. It was just that the only shielding he had was that the press weren't able to let anyone know. Otherwise, obviously, he would be a massive target. Now, on the second tour that he did...
Just let me pause you there, because obviously he would be a massive target, and that just puts a completely different complexion on their complaints about not being afforded royal protection on Civvy Street, doesn't it? Why would he be more of a target in a theatre of war than he would be outside a theatre of war? He's a target for the same reason, isn't he?
Yeah, so can I just just touch on this point? I thought about the irony of the fact that here is a royal who fought for his country and risked his life to protect his country, who is now having his own protection withdrawn from him.
Welcome to C News, your one-stop shop for all the stories that everyone's talking about and a few that they wish they weren't. We're here to serve up breaking news, trending topics, and a generous helping of commentary, because let's face it, what's the news without a little spice? Here at C News, we're not just giving you the what, we're serving the why and occasionally the seriously. Whether it's royals, reality stars, or the latest plot twist in the political soap opera, if it's trending, it's on our radar. No fluff, no filters, but maybe a little sarcasm, because we know you wouldn't have it any other way, so here's the deal. You click that subscribe button and we'll make sure you never miss a story. Want to stay ahead of the group chat gossip? Done. Need to impress your co-workers with your hot takes? We've got you covered. Plus, let's be real, supporting C News makes you about 37% cooler. That's science. Your support helps us keep the lights on, the stories rolling, and my caffeine habit fully funded. And hey, if you don't subscribe, you'll miss out, and do you really want to be the last person to know what's going on? Didn't think so. So hit that button, share the love, and let's dive into the chaos together. Welcome to C News, where the trending never stops, and neither do we. Let's get into it. The story of Prince Harry, once a beloved member of the British royal family, has taken many twists and turns. But few chapters are as ironic, or as heartbreaking, as his battle for security, both for himself and his family. Today, we explore a poignant plea from an army veteran who believes Harry's sacrifices for his country warrant the protection he was once guaranteed. Let's rewind to February 2021. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex revealed during their explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey that their royal security detail had been withdrawn. Harry, visibly emotional, shared, "I was born into this position. I inherited this risk, a risk, mind you, that is inextricably linked to his royal lineage and the controversies that have followed him since childhood. Harry, like his mother Diana, has always been a target, an undeniable fact. But what sets him apart is the life he's led in service to his country. Harry isn't just a prince. He's a soldier. He's a man who walked among comrades in Afghanistan, risking his life in one of the most dangerous conflict zones in the world." Michael, a fellow veteran, spoke out passionately about this issue in a recent interview. His words strike a chord. Here's a royal who fought to protect his country and is now having his protection withdrawn. The irony is gobsmacking. Michael knows all too well the horrors of war. Reflecting on the Iraq and Afghan conflicts, he said, "No matter your political view, it was horrendous. Anyone that served will tell you that." And Harry, he wasn't exempt from the dangers. Far from the comfort of palaces and royal events, Harry served as an Apache helicopter pilot, patrolling the skies above hostile territory. The only protection he had, a media embargo to keep his location secret. Harry wasn't some ceremonial figurehead, Michael emphasized. He was on the ground, in harm's way, just like the rest of us. But now, Michael and others are grappling with a harsh reality. The same institution that once celebrated Harry's bravery has seemingly turned its back on him. As Harry and Meghan officially stepped back from royal duties, they lost not only their security detail but also his honorary military titles. For a man who lived and breathed military service, titles like Captain General of the Royal Marines were more than ceremonial, they were part of his identity. Michael sees the stripping of these honors as a gut punch. The physical security of a nation and its citizens has been guaranteed by young men and women willing to go and pay the ultimate price, he said. Harry was one of them. Before anything else, I urge people to never forget that the Sussexes have since taken matters into their own hands. Harry now funds personal security for his family using the inheritance left to him by his mother, Diana. But questions remain. Should Harry, a man born into a life of extraordinary risk, have to foot the bill for protection others argue is his due? Michael's plea isn't just about Harry. It's about what he represents. Everyone blaming Meghan, saying a man who has done such incredible things under the intensity of combat can't make his own decisions, is ludicrous. For Harry, the lack of royal protection isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Michael pointed out the obvious. Harry is a target in and out of a war zone. And James, the interviewer, agreed. It puts a completely different complexion on their complaints about not being afforded royal protection. He noted, as we reflect on this, one thing is clear, Harry's life has been anything but ordinary. From the battlefields of Afghanistan to the media minefields of modern royalty, he has faced challenges most of us can barely imagine. The debate over his security is about more than logistics. It's about fairness. It's about recognizing the sacrifices he's made, not just as a prince, but as a soldier, a father, and a human being. So, as the world watches this saga unfold, perhaps we owe Harry a moment of gratitude. Because behind the headlines and the controversy is a man who put his life on the line for his country and is now fighting, once again, to protect his family.